This 4th of July cookout does not have to break the bank. I mean, we want to have some money left for fireworks, right? Okay, so since all the prices are high these days, I decided to create 4 recipes for the perfect budget-friendly 4th of July cookout that is going to serve between 6 and 8 people, and all for about $45. Yes, you heard that right, I'm not lying. I have shortcuts and budget-friendly recipes that are gonna make your cookout stand out. First, we're starting with my no-mayo potato salad, and I'm gonna start eating it because seriously, you're gonna love this. The first step to make this salad is to boil the potatoes. So now that the potatoes are cooked, I'm just simply going to cut them in half or quarters, depends how big they are. Next, I am going to mix white wine vinegar and vegetable broth. You can use chicken broth as well, but I want the vegetarians at my house to be happy. Pour it over the potatoes. This is going to start adding flavor immediately. Now be gentle when you mix them so you don't break up the potatoes. Although, I never had a problem with mashed potatoes on my potato salad. The mushier, the more flavor, in my opinion. Now to make the marinade, I am going to use shallots. So we're gonna mince them finely, and you don't have to have like mad knife skills to do this. Just relax, it's just salad dressing. Dijon mustard, white wine vinegar, a little bit of pepper, some salt, and about a 1/3 cup of olive oil. Just make sure you whisk it while you're at it so the marinade emulsifies. We're gonna add some fresh herbs. I'm using chives, parsley, and I forgot the name. That's the most special one. Tarragon. Now, if you don't have chives available, you can just use green onions. It will add the same flavor profile. Now I'm pouring the marinade over the potatoes and I'm going to mix them gently. Now, if your potatoes are warm, the marinade is gonna absorb even more into that potato. So do this while your potatoes are still very warm. Next, we add the fresh herbs. Lots and lots of fresh herbs. Give it a quick mix. Just be gentle so we don't smash the potatoes. And now a quick test, just to see if it needs a little more seasoning. A little bit more pepper. And for me, a little bit of extra salt because I love kidney disease. This is pure perfection. Tender potatoes, they're soaked in the vinaigrette, which is tangy with lots of fresh herbs, perfect balance, and it doesn't make you feel like super heavy because you have mayonnaise. Our second dish for this budget-friendly 4th of July cookout is this corn on the cob with melted honey orange butter. Wait until you taste it. So this recipe is so easy. All we need to do is grill the corn, and you can do that on a grill pan or an outside grill. Next, we're gonna mix 3 ingredients: melted butter, orange zest, and honey. Now, I add a little pinch of salt because I like my salt, but you don't have to. When the grilling is done, all you have to do is brush that melty, delicious, sweet orange butter all over the corn. Oh, the corn is getting happy. I can see it. The honey with the citrus butter, you are going to be making this all summer long. It's like summer has exploded in your mouth. It's so delicious. Who needs fireworks when you have this corn? Seriously, I'm expecting thank you notes. So now that the side dishes are out of the way, let's focus on the main event. I decided to make shish kebabs. These kebabs cost half of what you pay for steak and deliver twice the flavor. Here's how I do it. Chop the vegetables into small bite-sized pieces. So you want to keep the onion at least in 3 layers, so you want a chunk like this. And now for the marinade. We're using a very simple marinade made with fresh garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic, don't worry, you can use garlic paste, lemon juice, olive oil, soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, which is great for beef dishes, and a little bit of honey or brown sugar. And lastly, I am using fresh rosemary because I have it in my garden. If you don't have fresh rosemary, don't worry. You can use any fresh herb, or you can use dry herbs like Italian seasoning. So first, we're going to mince the garlic. You want to mince it because if you leave the garlic too big, it can actually burn on the grill. So you want to make sure that you mince it or just simply use garlic paste. By the way, garlic paste is my favorite shortcut ingredient of all time. Goes in the bowl, and then the fresh rosemary. Just give it a quick chop. You have the rosemary that goes in. Some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Make sure you use fresh squeezed lemon juice, okay? Those things from the bottle, really not great. Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, honey or brown sugar. Get all that goodness in there, and the olive oil. Whisk until combined. And now we're ready to marinate the beef and the veggies. Have the marinade on the beef, and we're gonna reserve some just to flavor the vegetables. Now we cover it and let it sit for 30 minutes, or marinate it for as long as you can. Overnight, even better. Next, I'm just going to pour the remaining marinade over the veggies just to give it a little flavor. Do this right before you skewer the meat and the veggies. Now remember to be gentle with the onions because you want the onions to stay together in at least 3 layers. So you can use metal skewers or you can use wooden skewers. But if you're gonna use wooden skewers, make sure that you soak them in cool water for at least 30 minutes. Otherwise, they will burn on the grill and you will end up with like meat and veggies all over the map. Okay, so now we're gonna make the skewers. And honestly, random. Whatever you want first, you put first. You want a piece of steak first? That goes in. Then I'm gonna do some mushroom, bell pepper. Ooh, slippery. Another piece of steak, onion, remember to keep it together so it's easy to skewer. Red bell pepper, and 1 piece of mushroom. Now, I think it needs 1 more piece of beef. What do you think? I agree. Do you agree? I agree. Again, random. It doesn't matter. The order doesn't matter. Who wouldn't want to eat that? So pretty. Now do this until you run out of ingredients, okay? Seriously, because you're not gonna have exact ingredients. Because a bell pepper could be bigger than my bell pepper. Your onion could be bigger than my onion. And yeah, we asked for steak, but how are you gonna cut it? 1 inch, 1.5 inch? Seriously, it's just cooking. We're supposed to have fun. So no math here, okay? If you get more skewers, you get more skewers. Hallelujah. Oh my God. Once you're on the skewers, we're ready to grill. So you can cook the shish kebabs in an indoor grill like I just did, or you can do it in a charcoal or gas grill. Look at that perfectly cooked tender steak. It's pure perfection and on a budget. It's a win-win situation. You're gonna feel like $1 million eating a budget-friendly meal that is going to remind you of the best restaurant steak you ever had. Delicious. The perfect bite, you guys. It reminds me of a steakhouse, seriously. And then you have the mushrooms, adding so much earthiness. Now, if you don't like mushrooms, don't worry, you can just supplement it with any other vegetable. Things like zucchini, tomatoes, yellow squash, they work beautifully in this recipe. These are all the savory dishes. Now it's time for dessert. To finish our budget-friendly feast, we needed something sweet, and I have saved the best money-saving hack for last. We are using pre-made cake mix. So this recipe is done in no time with very few ingredients that cost about $10. And you will get about 16 bars. I mean, that's a deal, right? These blueberry lemon bars are made of 2 layers. The first layer is made with cake mix, egg, lemon juice, lemon zest, and melted butter. The second layer, the cheesecake layer, has cream cheese, sugar, and more lemon. So into a large bowl, add the melted butter, cake mix, 1 egg, and about 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Mix it with a handheld mixer. You can mix it by hand if you want, but I suggest you get a handheld mixer because it's easier. Now to make the crust, we're just gonna press the dough onto the pan, and it doesn't have to be fancy or anything. You need about 2/3 of the dough and just press it in. It's such an easy dessert. You don't have to worry about much of anything because honestly, it's cake mix. What could go wrong, right? When you line your baking sheet, make sure to leave an overhang because you want to be able to lift up the cheesecake bars so you can cut them into squares. Next, we are going to make the cream cheese layer. Cream cheese, sugar, 1 egg, the remaining lemon juice and lemon zest. That's gonna add a lot of fresh flavor to this creamy mixture. Next, we're gonna spread this delicious creamy cheesecake layer on top of the crust as evenly as possible, but again, this is not rocket science, people, so don't stress over it. Next, we're gonna top it with the blueberries. This is a little more blueberries because I needed only some amount of ounces and I put extra. And now I'm like, where the hell am I gonna put them all? Last but not least, we are going to top it with the remaining crust. We're just gonna break up pieces and put it on top like a crumble. Well, it is a crumble after all. And now we bake it until it's set, about 45 to 50 minutes. Let's go.
A few moments later.
And now we're gonna make the glaze with powdered sugar and lemon juice. Look at that beauty that came out of the oven. And now we're going to add the glaze. And if it's not totally pourable, you can always add a little extra lemon juice. Again, I'm not a big fan of glaze, to be honest, but I think it needs it because it's gonna give it a little extra sweetness and the tanginess of the lemon. And you can add as much or as little as you want. So now we let it cool and then take it out of the pan, cut it into squares, ready to eat. I'm gonna transfer them to a cutting board because I want to make sure that I cut them into squares. Kiwi, get the hell out of here. Girl, please. No, get down. She likes desserts a lot. Just keep a paper towel wet to clean the knife just in case, so you get clean cuts. Look at the blueberries. Cream cheese filling in the middle, just superb. And it's still a little warm, but I just can't wait. Seriously, it's like torturous. That is the perfect dessert for 4th of July. Rich, creamy, buttery, fruity. Salt. Oh, look at this. I cannot wait. So I won't wait. Oh. I wish you were all here eating with me, but the good thing is you can make it at home with cake mix, cream cheese, berries, you're done. Doesn't get any easier than that, or cheaper. There you have it, a 4th of July feast that looks and tastes incredible on a budget. I spent about $45 to feed 6 people. Oh, by the way, you won't see the kebabs because my family finished it. Yeah, gone. They were so good. What can I do? I can't stop them. They just like my food. Remember, cooking on a budget doesn't mean sacrificing flavor. It just means being smarter about where your flavor comes from. The most humble of ingredients can give you the most flavor if you know how to prepare them right. If you prepare any of these recipes, I love to see how they turn out, but I know they're gonna turn out good because hello, I mean, look at it. I test them. If you have your own cooking budget hacks, don't forget to share them on the comments below. I cannot wait to hear them. Stay delicious and enjoy your summer. There's a bird. Do you see how big it is? Well, that is in the oven. We're going to make the glaze. The glaze is already made. Okay. This is feeling alone, all by itself. Let's chop it up. No mayo, no expenses on mayo. Also mayo, you know, it makes you look a little poof.